It's time for Yinz Guys RC.
Welcome to a Sunday edition of Yinz Guys RC. Paul here with you as always, and today what we've got is a letter. It's a letter from Rick in Indiana. I've never met Rick in Indiana, but he wants to know about simulators. What's the best one to get? Are they any good? What can I learn from them? What should I avoid? Well, Rick, yes, you should get a simulator, especially if you've never flown before. It'll save you a lot of money in learning, and you'll be much more confident when you get out there with your first aircraft. As to which one you get, it's a matter of personal opinion. I'm going to take a look at three of them here. Phoenix 5, Aerofly Professional Deluxe, and Reflex. I've got an older version of Real Flight, but I find Real Flight and Phoenix to be pretty much interchangeable. I mean, yeah, the menus and stuff are a little different, but the planes pretty much fly the same, especially for somebody just starting out. So we're going to take a look now inside of these simulators and see what they're about and what they can do, and let you make your own judgments and decisions on them. Alright guys, the first sim we're going to look at here is Phoenix 5, which is a Horizon product. Now, I am not an indoor flyer, so you are liable to see some extreme ugly things going on here. But I wanted to show you the indoor thing first because next week is the Ohio Indoor Electric Fest at the Style Fieldhouse in Akron, Ohio, the University of Akron. I'm going to be there along with some friends, Corey Vasquez, Anthony Donzella, Jeff Wilson, we'll all be there. And I will be flying and crashing various aircraft into various objects which are attached to the Earth. I have no depth perception in here. But if you are an indoor flyer, you might find this sort of thing to be right up your alley. Like I said, I'm not. So we're going to move outside. We're going to move to the flying field, and we're going to change our model for something a little bit more outdoorsy, okay? How about we go with aerobatic? We'll go with the Cap 232. Why are they giving me choices? Oh, I don't want a Cap. I want the desert aircraft. The Extra is one of my all-time favorite planes. So we should be good. Let's give her a fly. See what happens. Very smooth. I have this on the lowest quality because my screen capture software kind of eats up my frame rate. I'm only getting between 29 and 30 frames here. But when I'm not using the screen capture software, I get excellent frame rates of around 60 frames per second. It's just to give you an idea of how these things fly and how they work. I don't see any way you're going to go wrong with this. This is Phoenix 5. This is the latest version. Now, Phoenix comes with free updates for life. So if you end up going to your local hobby store and buying, like, say, Phoenix version 3 or Phoenix version 4, worry not, because as soon as you go home and install it, it's going to search online for the latest version and ask if you want to install it. And also all the updated aircraft that come with it. It's going to ask you all that kind of stuff. So again, this is the Desert Aircraft Extra. And this is Phoenix 5.0, like I said, a Horizon product. We'll bring her in for landing and we'll go look at a helicopter. Now be forewarned, I'm about as good a helicopter pilot as I am an indoor pilot. So, in other words, don't expect much. There, I found the runway. That's why I was flying around like a dope. I didn't know where the heck the runway was. But this is an excellent aircraft. That's a pretty good simulator. Yeah, the most important thing about a simulator is to learn the controls, the control unit. So regardless of what simulator you end up with, it's going to do what you need it to do. The only other things you're buying are the prettiness. Alright, let's take a look, I said, at a helicopter this time. I'm going to scale helicopter. I'll probably do better with that than I would a aerobatic helicopter. I was always a fan of Airwolf. Stringfellow Hawk, Bomb, Santini. Hollywood. Look at that gear comes up. Ooh. That's a lot of rudder control for a scale helmet. Too bad it doesn't have a switch that made all the gun parts pop out. Man, if they had one of them in real life, I'd probably have to buy it. Never saw Airwolf do that, do you? Do you? Never saw it. Oh, this is going to end badly, folks. There is no lift here. Yeah. So that's why you would want an aerobatic helicopter if you want to fly upside down. Now that makes perfect sense. I got a whole list of them here. How about what we got? What do we got? What looks good? What's happening? Come on, come on, come on. What's here? What we got? The old gobbler. This probably isn't going to be pretty, but I just want you guys to see the sim and the capabilities of the sim, not my ability to fly the sim, because I already wanted my ability to fly the sim for that. Alright, flying a helicopter right side up. Once you start going into all this kind of business, I don't know, it's just, I'm into long, smooth moves, you know what I mean? Like an airplane, sport flying. These little quick stabs and everything that it takes to fly a helicopter just confuse the hell out. Like the whole hero flip. Yeah, you don't want to see me try that. If you're a helicopter pilot, you probably just winced there, and automatically your brain added up what that just cost. Alright, I'm not going to bore you anymore with my disgusting helicopter flying. Corey, I'm sorry. I like to fly them. I'm just so good at it. Let's take a look at this time how about a multi-rotor? I know a bunch of you out there are into multi-rotors. Here's a Blade 350 QX. Now I'm in safe mode, so there's not too much you can do to piss it off. And that's about your maximum angle. But if we put it into expert mode, things can get interesting real quick. So we've got some quads on here. Don't say the D word, just call them multi-rotors or quads. And this, other than the fact that I've never seen my 350QX Puro at that rate, this behaves exactly like the real 350QX. So we'll call that one a winner. One more. What'll it be? How about a jet? Park flyer scale. What should we pick? What should we pick? How about an easy one? The Hawk Train. Here we go. climb. I'm in low rates right now. I'm going to come back to about half throttle. Make my turn. Find the runway. Come right down the center. Nice low pass. Full power climb. Roll for a half inside loop. Coming over the top, picking up speed. And inverted low pass. Actually, that wasn't that low, but it's still nice. Now that's some smooth flying aircraft right there. Here's a high G turn. Let's try a lower inverted pass this time. Now we climbed a little bit at the end of it, but that's alright. Plenty of power to pull over the top of the loop. Come out of it at the bottom. Go to high rates. Either on go right, either on go left. Tight turn. Let's see. Kimchi knife edge. Holy shite! That's going to end badly. Oh. Well, this buddy just did a knife edge loop. And believe me, folks, I'm as surprised as you are. Power's low, about 30%. Line up for a nice, long, flat approach. If you dive at the runway in a jet, you are not going to be pleased. Keep the nose up as long as you can for aerodynamic braking. There she is. Well, that's going to be our look at Phoenix. Definitely a buy it now type of product. We're also going to look at Aerofly and Reflex. So I'll be back. All right, now we're looking at Reflex, which is a Kyosha simulator. And I'm flying the Kyosha Caliber helicopter here. What the hell is that? There seems to be some sort of barbershop inspired force field out there. Well, we certainly wouldn't want to run into that again. Now, I ain't the greatest helicopter pilot, like we have discussed many times. Maybe this isn't the right helicopter. Let's look at a different helicopter. Maybe it's got more of a... Good Lord. You are not going to want to learn to fly aerobatic or 3D helicopter on this. Everything is just incredibly mushy. Alright, let's take a look at an airplane. Alright guys, we are looking at Aerofly Professional Deluxe here. And the first plane we're going to take off with is an Airbus A320. On the runway, we're giving it takeoff power, and here we go. Straight on the line, nose up, gear up. And she's flying. She's a big, heavy bitch. If you look at the lower right corner there, you can see my statistics. Wow, there's some nice glare. Aerofly Professional is pretty cool. I mean, this plane's flying fine. It's flying like it should. I mean, if I roll this thing inverted, no, it's actually flying very well inverted, but the roll rate is extremely slow. The yaw rate is also slow. The elevator's pretty much good. Gear down. Let's see if we can land. Oh no, we're going way too fast to land. There we go. Good landing. All right, let's take another look at another aircraft on here. Adrenaline 120. Pretty good. A little touchy on the roll rates. All that can be adjusted as needed. Nice flat spin. And there's the there's the ground. All right, still looking at Aerofly Professional Deluxe. We're going to fly the 64 Cobra. Oops. Pretty quick, but I'm at full pitch here. So it seems like they really limited your pitch on this. But that's okay, this is a scale helicopter. Pretty much, I guess that's how we want it to fly, right? Take a look at another helicopter here. "3D" from Henslett. This is the perfect 3D helicopter, it says. Well, I don't know, but let's see. I'm not much of a 3D pilot. The yaw rate's good, but the cycles of pitch feel a little mushy to me. Remember, if you're new to flying helicopters and you get into trouble, don't slam the pitch down. I completely lost that in the sun. Climb. Altitude is your best friend. Well, that sun is rough on here. That didn't go well. Alright, anyway, that's Aerofly Professional Deluxe. It's pretty good helicopters, giving me great, or pretty good simulators, giving me great frame rates. I have no complaints with this one. Well, that's it for the simulator edition here on Sunday in March 2014. Well, you know, I'm losing my ability to speak. I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, out of those bunch I showed you, Phoenix 5 is probably the best, followed by Aerofly, and Reflex is definitely at the bottom. But any one of them will do what you need to do, and that is to learn controls and orientation. If you have never flown before, that's what it's for. If you have flown, then you practice your maneuvers on The more expensive ones, Real Flight and Phoenix, will be prettier, but the lesser ones won't be as pretty, but they'll still have flight physics that will mimic the real aircraft. So it's a personal decision, but the important thing is that you got one. So until I see you again, keep them flying.
And thanks for watching, and get out of here!